Hello and welcome. You're watching Markets Today. I'm Sakshi Batra, and this is where we discuss everything about stock markets closing action to help you understand how the wrap of the day really happened throughout the day, which were the stocks and sectors that were in focus and were the top gainers and losers, and also what can you really expect from the markets as we move forward from here. All of that coming up over the next minutes. So first up, let's look at the closing levels. But for the second day in a row, we have seen a green close in the markets for the Sensex and the Nifty. It's been a very, very strong day. In fact, if you see, the markets have actually scaled a month's high in today's trading session. We actually saw the Sensex up 760 points. There was a sharp, sharp rally today, 1.4% surge, 54,521 as the closing level for the Sensex. The Nifty also higher by 229 odd points, or 1.4% to close the day at 16,278. Now, when you talk about the market breadth, it definitely favored the bulls at this point. We saw over 2296 shares advancing in trade in opposition to 1077 shares that declined. About 158 shares remained unchanged as we saw the day close, which were the stocks and were in focus in today's trading session. Well, on the index, you saw some metal names coming back into flavor, shining bright. Hindalco, also Tata Steel. Those were the kind of stocks that were shining bright. IndusInd Bank, Infosys, Bajaj, Finserv, and Tech Mahindra. These were the other stocks, the top gainers on the Nifty, that really supported the markets today. On the losing side, you had Britannia, Dr. Reddy's, HDFC Bank, M&M, and Maruti not really participating in the gains in the markets today. All the sectoral indices ended in the green, with the IT stocks also coming back, seeing a sharp pullback right there. PSU banks, metals, power, oil and gas, banks, realty, and capital goods, all of them up by 1 to 3 odd percent. Talk about the broader markets, the mid and the small cap indices also inching higher by 1% odd, although a tad bit underperforming the benchmark indices. Now, in the oil and gas space, we actually saw a 1% surge with ONGC, GAIL, IGL, BPCL, IOC, these kind of stocks raising about 1.5 to about 2.5%. Reliance Industries also coming back in flavor, about a percent higher today, 24.23 as the closing level for Reliance Industries today. Apart from this, we actually saw a whole host of stocks that were in focus on the back of the earnings flow and the reaction that we saw on the earnings front too. So first, you actually saw HDFC Bank that dragged the trade after the slippages really rose in Q1. So that was a drag factor. Going forward from here, markets will be eyeing the numbers of HUL. Experts do believe that people are looking beyond the quarterly performance for HUL this time, even as the cut in palm oil prices and the progress of monsoons may actually support or aid the margins. There is a sense that things will look much better from here. We'll have to look at the quarterly numbers and the management guidance in terms of the rural demand for HUL, as far as the experts believe. Now, when you talk about the currency, we actually saw the rupee dropping to an all-time low of 79.97, inching closer to that 80 per dollar mark. Of course, that is something that will definitely be on going forward. But despite that, the markets defied that kind of a downtrend on the rupee today to hit 1 month closing highs. Financials, IT sectors, clear supporters of the markets today. Metal stocks rising on improving global prices. Hindalco as the top gainer, like I said. But tomorrow, as we move forward, and in the next week or so, all focus will also be on the telecom stocks. Remember that we are seeing, spectrum action picking up. Bharti Airtel surged on positive developments right there with respect to the 5G auction. Spectrum auction right there. Apart from this, you had the names like NBCC, Hindustan Copper, L&T, Infotech, Voltas. All of them is the top mid-cap gainers today. FMCG stocks fell as palm oil prices rose about 10%. Godrej Consumers was down 2% as well. Talking about other mid-cap names like Zydus, Loris Labs, Concord, Jubilant Food, LIC, all of those stocks also did not contribute. Crude oil prices were in line with the equities, Brent back above $100 a barrel mark. So that's as far as the entire action of the markets is concerned today. I'll keep you posted with everything that's passing on the D Street as we move into the next trading action. But do stay tuned on to Business Today TV for a whole lot more from the world of business and stock markets is awaiting you. And on your screens, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel too. Thanks a lot for tuning in for now.